think I found the problem. You might want this.
Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. We should be good to go.
Cool.
Okay.
Hentai. Let's hear it.
It was there.
Just want to jump straight into it.
I can't believe it's been a year since the first hentai panel. That's wild.
So, if Frosty the Snowman was last year, was it Rudolph this year, or?
No, it was Ghostbusters.
It was Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
Well, technically not Ghostbusters, but
It was so the
Who
big
you can
the
recall?
the winner the winner of the contest, because actually it's a contest. I think a lot
It's a What's the contest? Who can make the most disturbing shit, or?
no, like anime, like music videos, like you take a song and you cut hentai to it,
Oh my god.
which is basically what Frosty the Blowman was. It was the song. This year the winner was it was a I've actually, I think I've shown you guys it before. If not, it was this version of the Ghostbusters theme where he says bustin' a lot. He goes bustin', 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 bustin' makes me feel good. So it was that. And there was definitely a theme to the clips they used. So much cum.
Yeah.
I think I may have even said the same thing the last episode after Anime Boston, now that I think about it. I'm interested, Dustin,
Yeah,
after you've...
these two went to Anime Boston. I wasn't there, but
Don't worry, Rob, you can go to Hentai Panel next year.
maybe. Only if I'm lucky enough, apparently.
While I will say, I do think last year may have... I hate that I'm a connoisseur of hentai now. I think last year was better. I think this year had a lot of strong contenders. A lot of good bits, and I think it was still genuinely funny. Dustin, as this being your first time, because I'm an expert in hentai now. I'm interested to know what did you think? What did you think of Hentai Panel?
it was really enjoyable. I thought it was fun and funny. There was some... What am I trying to say? I thought there would be something where the joke would be, haha, it's hentai. And just like, haha, hentai, laugh. But it wasn't just that. It was like some funny stuff that in the music videos.
Yeah, like some
So
of
I like
them,
that.
like some of them definitely are. Oh, I'm just watching porn right now.
Yeah, there was quite a few moments where I was like, I'm just sitting here in this crammed exhibit hall.
Watching porn with the homies,
Yeah.
with the science team.
And like there was one like submission to the AMV that was literally it. I was talking to Georgia about it because I was sitting next to Georgia. That I'm like, this just looks like a Steam page for a hentai game with music playing. But they can't all be winners. But some of them were like, it's hentai, which has its own level of absurdity. But then you have like people they like edit memes into it.
Yeah.
And it's
I feel bad for the ones that didn't insert memes and jokes into it, because it seems like they missed the point. It seems like they didn't know that like people are going to go for the funny ones, not for the actual well done ones. Because they were like well done, like edited AMVs as well.
Yeah.
But, if it comes to a vote, people are just going to go for the funny one. That's why they're there.
That is why most people are there. And I think you probably go in knowing that if you like are someone that's submitting.
Matt.
I hope so.
Popularity. It's a popularity contest as opposed to skill. I guess skill, but there's still. It's not like they're unskilled, right? It's not like they're
Yeah, no.
It's not like only editing memes makes you an unskilled editor, guys. Come on.
Of course not.
Of course not. That would be insane. That would be an insane thing to say. None of you should say that.
Well, you edit a podcast too, so you know there's that.
True. Yeah, that makes that.
Speaking of someone who knows nothing about editing at all,
Yeah.
just from my untrained eyes, I
Yeah.
feel like the more softcore edits were like the more well done edits, comparatively.
Yeah. You could also just accredit that to like, I don't know what the right word is, source material.
Oh my
There's
God.
more of it to work. It's difficult to talk about.
I guess,
but
yeah.
it's like more there. It's like higher budget. You're working with better stuff, right?
Mhm.
Like there are legit anime in there that like I'm like, oh, I've seen that, and it's just because it's lewd, right? It's not like hentai.
So Matt, next year are you submitting or?
Dude. The biggest barrier to entry, honestly, for me, which is why I don't want to do it, is I would just have to look through it.
And you don't want to do that.
I'd have to look through it, and then I'd have to figure out like what is the best way to like rip hentai, like to get the actual video files to work with. I'd have to figure out how to do that, and I don't want to do that. That's honestly the biggest barrier to entry. Because it really is just syncing things to music, which is super easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely is a situation where if you have a better knowledge of it, it's going to be way easier to do. And unfortunately, I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of hentai.
Well, not yet. You don't.
Not yet, of course.
But you know, every year it gets a little bit more.
A little bit. I don't know if the one of the main the main differences was something that I was like, oh, I have that character in the bot. And that was something I kept thinking over and over again. I'm like, that's weird.
Well, we had the bot last year, surely.
I don't know.
We did.
Must have, yeah.
Did we? I don't know.
I feel like we have to have, yeah.
I don't know.
Do you remember the name of the person who made the Frosty Snowman one last year? Like the username?
I could find it probably.
Because I feel like it's the same one who made the Ghostbusters one this year.
Oh, really?
I think so, because there was the Frosty the Snowman reference in it.
True.
And plus,
He's there though. That was crazy.
It's gonna sound weird, but I'm pretty sure one of the clips they had was the same one from the Frosty the Snowman one.
Maybe.
Except instead of Frosty, it was the giant marshmallow man from Ghostbusters.
Yes, it was the same technique.
Yeah, but I think it's like the same actual clip as well.
Yes, implied gyrating. Yeah, that's what they call it in the biz. Yeah, I would know. Maybe. You know what? I do see similar inspirations. Yes, we do need letterboxed for hentai.
What do you think? What do you think next year is going to be? If we went from Frosty to Ghostbusters.
I don't know, because it's like.
So you said so. The theme seems to be these big white creatures, right?
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't.
All right, hear me out. You ready? Repo.
Oh my god.
Nah.
Where are they gonna find it?
Bro, it's
Also,
the internet.
I don't know the rules. I don't know like what sources you're allowed to pull from, if there are rules.
I doubt it.
Also, it's not like they used like they. The difference is that like last year they used Frosty the Snowman, right? This was just the song, the remix of the song from Ghostbusters.
I didn't actually have like Ghostbusters clips in it.
No.
They had a couple.
Well, yeah, the Snowman.
But way less than the Snowman one did.
Oh,
Like Frosty was like all over that one. This one, like there was one clip of the slime and one clip of the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, Frosty definitely did get all over it. Unlike in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all over. He was all over it. I know it was still good. It's the other things that I think are kind of the highlights. The dubbing is really funny.
It actually was. I was worried I was going to be like a little bit cringe because I'm always scared about panels and like audience participation. But it actually went okay, I think.
Okay. Anything else about hentai, or should we move on to the rest of Anime Boston?
You know, I'm just saying on the thing about the panels.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's acting like a degenerate at like a regular panel, you're kind of like, ugh, they're being a degenerate.
Sure.
But if you're being a degenerate at the hentai panel, you're kind of making it better.
No, that's fair.
Like there was one person in one of the dubbing games that was being like that was kind of being kind of cringe. I'll admit it. Like
the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a little
Like,
too into it.
Yeah, she was like seemed weirdly too into it, and it was kind of off-putting. But once it started, oh my god, give her an Oscar.
Right, because that's when it made sense.
That's when it made sense.
That's when it made sense to be like that.
It was. I was like, Jesus Christ! Oh my god, this is fantastic.
Wait, I just thought of an important question I need to ask.
Yeah.
Any blankets get confiscated?
No, they don't fuck with that.
No, but they did yell at us because some people were recording and taking pictures.
Yeah, that's a big no. Big no. They say that many times, and there are people walking around the whole time, and are like, no pictures.
What's the deal with no pictures? Out of curiosity, do you know?
I think it's just to like. My guess is that it's like don't take pictures of people while they're at the hentai convention because maybe you don't want them to know. Like maybe someone's comfortable going on stage and doing the hentai dubbing, but they wouldn't be comfortable if it was like on
anything
camera,
else,
even though it's all filmed. But like by individuals. I don't actually know how that works.
I wonder if it's mostly like a con-wide thing because they had like a the Anime Boston guy that was talking to us on the screen before the panel actually started was saying like no photos or videos. So I wonder if like other panels got that same spiel.
Probably all the 18+ ones is my guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Are there other 18+ panels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
After like 6 or 7, they're pretty much almost exclusively 18+ panels.
Oh, what other panels are there?
There was no, I didn't see any of. Yeah, that was the only panel I go to. I'm not really super.
All the ones I wanted to go to happened before I showed up.
I know there was one.
What was that?
When did you get there?
I got there like 4:30ish, I think.
Oh wow!
Oh, 4:05.
Very late.
Yeah, I got forced into work, so I couldn't go earlier like I wanted to.
Unfortunate.
But I like ran through my route that day, so I was done by like 2:30. Signed my little thing saying, "I'm sick. Here you go," and I left. And then I wanted to. This is a quick little thing, because the night before we had talked about how I'm probably going to need to ride home instead of taking a train because I guess the subway doesn't go that late.
Yeah.
So that night I was like, okay, well, sorry, George, you're going to have to drive me to Wonderland, I guess, because that's like the closest subway to me, and I don't feel like driving into Boston. But then the day of, I'm like, wait, I'll just go to the Salem station. It's right there. It's also right there for Georgia. It's the easiest ride for all. It'll just make everything so much easier for all of us. But I got out of work at 2:30, and the train was supposed to be there at 2:40. So I'm like, oh god, I need to get there quick. So I'm like trying to drive from work to the station as fast as humanly possible. I'm getting changed while driving, so I can just get out and go to the train. I really want to help Georgia here. I get there like right at 2:40. I'm like, okay, it's surely gonna be a few minutes late. I should get enough time to buy my parking ticket and run up there. sure enough, both parking ticket machines just weren't working with me. I'm like, why? Please give me my ticket so I can leave. I eventually paid for the parking after like 5 minutes. I get there, the train never showed up, so I guess it came and left early. So I rushed for no reason. Ended up going to Wonderland anyways.
Yeah, that's the same. I've never
Yeah.
had it. I've had it arrive early. I've never had it leave early.
Yeah, it must have been gone for a while too, because again, I got there like right at 2:40. I looked over at like the tracks. I never heard or saw the train.
Did you
And then
see
when
other
I-
people waiting?
No, completely empty. There weren't even people like leaving, so they had to
Yeah.
have been gone for a while.
Maybe the times you saw online were wrong.
Maybe.
I mean, I know that like they changed schedules around. They did change schedules around this time, but I don't know why. But I think it's like automatically updated on anywhere you would look. I think the only way you'd get screwed over by that is if you legitimately weren't looking at the
Dustin.
schedule.
Yeah.
I just saw the Pokemon bot.
Yeah.
Dustin just
Sorry,
got a
bud.
Darkrai.
Yo, fuck.
I wonder if that's my second Darkrai actually.
Bruh, if that's your fucking second Darkrai, I swear to God.
I've seen Darkrai before. I don't remember if I got him the first time I saw him.
Dude, I so rarely get legendaries in that Pokemon bot. I did get one not too long ago, but I forgot which one it was now.
Dude. Hentai. So Dustin, what do you think
Yeah,
of
sorry,
anime
you can
Boston just
do
in
it.
general? I just said hentai to break the.
Oh.
Silence.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I think I would have liked it a lot more if, not to harp on it too much, but if I had been able to go to the panels I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was kind of just a thing where I showed up, and then we kind of just waited around a while.
Yeah.
I can tell that I doubt it's going to change next year, but the floor, like the artist row and the dealer's room, probably wasn't really for me. Because, I like anime, but I'm not particularly one to get that kind of decorations that they were selling and the merch that they get, that they give out.
Yeah.
Even the stuff I got from the loot box wasn't really my thing. I just wanted to gamble.
Hell yeah.
Dustin, hear me out. Next year
Yeah.
they go to Anime Boston, me and you just go to the casino.
Yeah, sure. We'll
We can
go
just
to
gamble there. I'll lose 100 something bucks, you'll win 30,
yeah. Perfect plan.
Perfect one.
Hopefully next year I can actually get the day off, and because I feel like I would have a good time if I actually went to, because there was a lot of good panels, or at least a lot of panels that intrigued me when I looked at the schedule. So
Dude.
I feel like I would enjoy it if I could go to the panels, walk through the hall, see all the cool cosplays, which there was a lot of.
Yeah, the cosplay is
Like,
crazy.
Feels
they're
like
way
20
more-
times the amount you see at PAX East.
Way more than
And that's being
anime
generous.
Oh, way more than PAX. Like most people are in cosplay.
Yeah. It was almost intimidating at a certain point. It's like, oh my god, it's so weird. There's no normal dressed person right now.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like I'd say
Is
it's
it
like
all anime or is it like a variety?
oh no, there was would you count Aladdin as an anime?
No,
I mean, technically,
technically.
Damn,
Disney
which,
animation?
anime is just short for animation.
damn, would you count Aladdin as a anime, Rob?
No.
You wouldn't count it?
I don't know what you mean by jug count it.
Oh,
I did disagree. I think it's a J anime.
I'm guessing though,
Think it's a
now that
J-anime?
I'm thinking about it, that
I
the
just think so.
JA stands for Japanese.
No.
Nope.
Then
Think
what's
about Aladdin.
the-
Think about the movie Aladdin. Think of some
Are?
characters. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, Rob, let me describe to you what happens after when you've been at Anime Boston all day and you still need to wait hours for the hentai panel. You start to lose your fucking mind.
Okay.
But luckily, everyone's losing their mind at the same time, so it's funny. There was a guy dressed as Jafar.
Okay.
And when we went to get food, we saw him, and we were like, "Oh, look, it's Jafar." And then he got closer, so we were like, "Oh, now he's close." And then he walked away, and we said,
now
"Oh, he's
he's
Jafar
Jagan.
again." And now he's really Jafar. Oh, now he's Jagan. Now I can't even just see him.
So that just became the bet.
Well,
Yeah.
then it got even worse because we were like,
Well,
I wonder if he's going
It
to.
actually only became a bit 2 hours later.
Yeah, it would become a bit 2 hours later when we would see him again. And then I don't remember who the first one to utter the phrase. But we were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come."
Oh no!
Yeah, I was in the bathroom at this time when Jafar showed up again, and then I left the bathroom. I walk up to the group, and they're all just saying, "I'm gonna come."
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
And I'm like, "What did I just miss?"
Oh my god! I'm coming.
So what I'm hearing,
then-
hearing is next year, Dustin has to bring games so that we don't get bored.
We should just bring our Switches.
I wasn't even saying
Our
Switches. I was just saying like bring Coup and shit.
Sure, but we could just say Jakan. So we started saying Ja in front of everything, and then as people would join, because a couple of my friends from Fitchburg were there, or one of them
Immediately got them into it.
Yeah, they but yeah, but I expect
It was a great cosplay, by the way, too. Really good
What, the
cosplay
Jafar
for
one?
Jafar.
the Jafar
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Just want to give him his props.
really
Jafar's
good.
the villain.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
dude, I got it. Dude,
Did
I
he
took
have
a
the
picture of
parrot?
him.
Look at our
Dude,
banner.
Look at the Discord banner.
Wait, the Discord banner. Oh shit!
In Epic and Bitfell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't take pictures with people. It's just I don't care enough to. But this guy kept walking by, and I'm like, I got it.
He just kept walking past. He walked past like 5 times when we were in that hallway, I feel.
Yeah, and I'm
And
like,
he
you know
definitely-
what?
I know what you're
He had to
thumbnail
be able to
is,
hear us.
episode.
I don't
Because he was
know.
so close.
I don't know, man. I want to believe that he did, but he just didn't say anything. Because if he walked by and I'm like,
He might have just been in his own little world, too, but...
I'm like, I'm gonna just come.
God.
I'm just coming. Yeah. And then like Zach showed up and he was like, at least you're not singing the fucking ice cream song. And I'm like, yeah.
Right?
There's a
Hi.
song. Nani Dusky. There's an
Oh,
anime
that.
song that he really It's a song about ice cream. He doesn't like it. So he was like, at least you guys are saying that. At least we're doing the Ja thing and we're not singing that song.
Progress.
But then someone should Janani ski.
Yeah. Oh, obviously immediately ruined. You shouldn't have said anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta learn not to say things.
I only say things like that when I secretly do want you to do that. Reverse psychology, bitch.
Oh yeah. It's like I don't want to say it, but I could get someone else to say it.
Yeah. Dude, it'd be crazy if someone's... Never mind.
But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was good. I like going around spending money that I don't have. Good time.
Well, this is the part where I'd talk about the wedding that I went to. If I didn't get sick and didn't end up going.
Oh, you didn't go because of the sick?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry to hear.
Yeah, well, I wasn't feeling great, and I was like, doing a 7-hour drive feeling a little unwell, not particularly interesting. But worse, I couldn't get the thought out of my head of if I went and somehow got a bunch of these people sick when I barely even know them, I would feel so horrible.
Yeah. You don't want
Yeah, I
to do
feel
that.
that.
Like, especially with it not even being family, it being just online friends. It's just like, that would suck.
Yeah,
dude,
I'm
ever
sure
since COVID, I've been like super
right.
thinking about that whenever I'm sick.
So like I messaged them, we talked it over, and I was like, look, I want to meet up with y'all, but I don't think this is the time to do it. But they sent me we messaged on Monday, the day after the wedding. They sent me a short video of both of them dancing to the Pokemon theme, which was cool. Like a literal like wedding dance with the Pokemon theme, which is funny.
Nice.
But yeah, I think I made the right call. I did end up feeling fine on Sunday, so I probably would have been fine. But I didn't want to risk it, so I'm at peace with that decision.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't terribly up. Like,
no, they were
oh
understanding.
my god!
And like I told them, I
Not
was
around
like,
the
look,
game.
we will definitely find another time where we can meet up, because I do want to meet up with them at some point. But yeah, so I kind of had a quiet weekend. Nice long weekend. Still was relaxing. So there's that. But yeah, no wild stories from me, sadly.
Yeah, no.
Not really. The other story I can talk about them is the 100-person survivor. So shit happened, I got out. But we're currently in the middle of deciding who wins the whole thing. And the last 4 people are 3 of them are shit talking each other so hard. It is like making me uncomfortable.
Oh, really?
It is bad.
Or someone pushing a little bit.
One of them told someone to shut the fuck up. And someone else is saying that they were their bitch or something like that. It's getting very heated.
Wow.
And I was not prepared for this. I need to read this out because
they're not even like starving on an island or anything.
Hang on. I need to tell you guys. So this is the culmination of this. You ready? I put in a message. I said, respect to all 4 of you for doing this. Please just remember this is a game. Yes, people are going to lie and everyone has their thoughts on things, but it's starting to get really ugly between some of you, and I just want good vibes. I said, I think my mind is made up on who I'm going to vote for. To me, the person who deserves to win, blah, blah, blah. Last thing I'm going to do is ask all of you to do yourself a favor. Take a 10-minute walk. Think about something besides all of this, and please respectfully argue your case. You can argue against each other while being respectful, and yet I've seen all 4 of you turn ugly in chat. Please, y'all, we can all still be friends after this. Not even, like one of their first responses to this. You ready?
Fuck you.
So, y'all are sensitive. I literally responded to that immediately and said, well, congrats on fully losing my vote. Like, they're like, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about this other person. I'm like,
here's the most, like,
dude, you
normal...
literally are missing the point. Like,
yeah, here's the most normal,
like,
hey, guys, let's not be weird. Like, most, like, level-headed, just like, guys, let's not be crazy. And then they're like,
wow, why are you sensitive?
Fucking snowflake. Like,
are you kidding me?
Bro, it is like a total 180 from how they're acting the rest of the game.
Yes.
It wasn't even about you, but you just proved my point somehow.
And you know what the wildest thing about that is, Matt? Is like, I had narrowed it down to like 2 people, and he was one of them.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? This is someone where they entered Final Tribal. I had no intention of voting for them. And then they started making so many good points. And I'm like, oh shit. They actually were doing such a good job. And then it became like them bullying the other people. And I'm like, dude. Like, calm down here.
It's time to release my true form.
Like, oh my god. Some of them are just...
Oh man, it's Discord. What are you gonna do?
I literally was like, They were like, one thing about me is I'm gonna be real with my shit. I'm not gonna play sissy and lick everyone's asses when they don't deserve it. Respect is earned. I was like, I'm not asking you to not be real, but there's a way to be real and respectful and professional. They're like, professional's crazy. I called him sensitive. Guy responded, am I sensitive for not insulting you back when you told me to shut the fuck up? Like,
Dude.
what the fuck is going on?
I realized something the other day because a friend of mine from work was talking about Discord drama.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, I love Discord drama. And then I would realize to myself, I don't have any Discord drama. I just know Robs.
Because oh Matt,
I just know
please
Robs.
by all means correct me if I'm wrong, but that's because the only Discord you're active in is ours.
Yes.
Is there any other Discord you talk in?
I was like, I realized I was like,
I talk act. Hang on, let me see here. The number of Discords I'm like active in at the moment,
but like when they said
is
Discord
like
drama,
I would say like 15. And there's
that's
another
insane.
like 50 that I'm in.
That's insane to me. Yeah, I'm in one, but I heard Discord drama and I immediately went to guys. I got to be right back. There are fucking people being racist in the Survivor Discord. Like that I think about that a lot. It's really funny. It's really funny.
Oh, speaking of people being racist, Dustin,
Whoa. What did you say?
Hey!
No.
Calm down.
But I was showing them earlier, Dustin, a video of a guy on YouTube who put out like a whole like weird apology video being like, guys, can you stop ignoring me and stop being mean to me? Like, I haven't said the N-word in this long. Like, I'm learning. It's been a whole couple months since I've said it several times. And Matt's just like, yeah, this is weird. And then I showed the whole channel, and it's like 8 separate videos. All about the same drama. And then I explained to Matt how I learned about this. That was another person in the 100-person game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was someone who I never interacted with. And, oh, hang on. I didn't even tell Matt the drama I knew about that person, though. I need to read
different?
this. Oh, yeah, it's different. Let me see if I can find the exact message. This was shown around a little bit. But I read this, I was like, is this fucking real? Holy shit. Oh my god. Alright, you guys talk for a second, because it might take me a minute to find it.
Dustin, did you hear that someone bit people at Anime Boston?
I did hear someone bit people at Anime Boston.
That's fucking wild.
Oh yeah, the enforcers were like, Anime Boston, way different from PAX.
Yeah.
I feel. There was that one lady who kept yelling.
Alright, I found it. Are you ready?
There was one lady that was like really into her job.
Alright, I found it. You ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is in the middle of this game or a different game that they were in, okay? But someone, not the person who's problematic, posted the following message, okay?
Okay.
They said, at RJ is the problematic person, okay? I'm really sorry. I have a lot going on right now. I'm dealing with losing my grandmother since Friday morning, and we had to go to the funeral home to tell her by today she's being cremated and her service is Saturday. RJ responds, please vote.
Please vote.
Like, are you kidding me?
That's insane.
Dude just lost their grandmother.
But
They're
like,
clearly going through shit.
Like, I know you're going through a lot, but this is Discord Survivor. There's 100 people. You gotta lock in, bro.
Like, are you serious here?
That's wild.
Like, that is so fucked up.
Imagine if he was like, well, you had time to tell us about your...
told me that, I would be like, holy shit, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that.
That would, dude,
if there's anything I can do, let me know. Obviously, don't worry about this game. Like,
imagine
this game doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Dude,
Jesus
imagine if he was
Christ.
like, well, you had time to tell us about your grandmother, so you have time to fucking vote. Like, what?
Instead of typing all that, just type the guy's name. Like,
You should have just typed your vote and not wasted our time. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's not even, dude, it's not even fucking, it's not even Survivor. Dude,
I know,
there's,
like it's not even
like,
for money. Like
it's not even Survivor. It's
Discord one's not
Survivor
even
ran through Discord. It's not even real. Like, oh my god, dude, get your priorities straight.
Dude, I did games where like the winner won money. Granted, not a lot of money, like $100-something.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah,
still,
a Nintendo
I
game in
couldn't-
2026.
basically, I couldn't imagine hearing that and not just immediately being like, holy shit, I'm so sorry to hear this. Take your time. Like, if you have to drop from the game, I get it. If you have to step away from a little bit, I get that. I'll do what I can to, like,
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out. If you
Yeah,
end up getting voted out, I'm sorry, but like,
Of all the shit that you're dealing with, don't worry about, having a little bit of reality.
right.
Because there's definitely like part of like, there is like, even if like, you have something as serious as that, there is still the idea of like, oh my god, I'm involved in this thing that doesn't really matter, but they're still real people and I feel bad about it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like I definitely would have, I would feel that.
And
But-
on a lesser extent, I also get the thought process of, it sucks that this happened to you, but like, I don't want my game to be ruined because of this, so like, can you please do this? But like, there's way more tactful things. There are way more tactful ways to do that
yeah,
than just
Please
vote.
vote now.
They did say
They don't say,
please.
oh my god, no, that was not a real please. Let's be real.
Oh, I know. I fucking know. I'm joking.
All right. 1 sec. This is the part where you guys get to talk without my supervision. I heard what you said last time.
You can remind us.
I don't.
Oh,
remember what
Rob
we
was just
said.
like, damn, Matt never did this before, but now he does.
Oh, true. You do.
Yeah.
It's like it's like our leash has been lengthened.
Yeah, it's because I don't care about drinking during the podcast anymore, and I really have to go to the bathroom. So,
Damn.
Ah,
Wait, drinking
Also-
alcohol or just water?
yeah, I was really worried about drinking water before. Also, no, I trust you now. This is like a teacher that's cool with leaving the classroom because he trusts his students.
Oh, fuck that. I can't trust my students for a minute.
you used to be
Anyway.
worried about.
Dude, I stepped out of my room. I stepped out of my classroom for like 1 minute today. I come back in. There's a desk on the floor. There's like a chair on the side. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I had to leave
like a
work
party.
early Friday. I came back in. There's just a giant ass ink splatter all over my floor that won't come out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? I left Joel in the hands of other teachers for like 2 hours. What did you do?
Can't trust these kids.
Dustin,
Yeah,
did you have to work last Thursday?
Thursday. Yep.
I am sorry.
Oh, because of the rain. Yeah, that
Dude,
was rough. It was a walking route too.
downpouring. I was like, damn, I really hope this was Dustin's day off.
No. Oh yeah, I worked that way. It's a full walking route, so no truck. I also just happen to be a route where I just don't have a lot of porches or anything, so there's not like a ton of cover I can get from the rain.
I know that like some of y'all, especially Matt, does this where he makes comments where he's like, I could never do your job, Rob, and I totally get that. For me,
Mhm.
that's your job. Like, I fucking retirement home, sure, I'll work. I hated working with the elderly. I would do that in a heartbeat over having to walk just like any amount, rain or shine, snow or hail, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
No, yeah, the rain's rough. I hate it. Ugh.
Nope, I could never do that job, Dustin. There's very few jobs where I genuinely say I would never do them, and that is one. The only other one that
No, that's fair.
the only other one that really comes to mind is something I decided from a very early age, which was I never want to be a doctor. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to be responsible for someone's life.
I can barely take care of my own.
I don't even take care of myself.
Dude, instead I became a teacher where I just have to be responsible for shielding kids from bullets once in a while, you know.
Classic.
Classic classroom behavior, you know.
Dustin, I need to show you a TikTok later. It was people protesting the lack of trash cans in New York.
Oh my god.
So people just start stuffing trash in the mailboxes.
Oh Jesus!
And it looks terrible. And I'm like,
I couldn't imagine working in a big city like that where that happens all the time.
Why the fuck would the government of New York think it's a smart idea to get rid of trash barrels?
Bro, the current mayor of New York is dealing with being like bribed by the Turkish government. All right, New York's not in a good place right now.
Is anywhere in the U.S.?
No, but New York specifically.
Guys, we talked about it before. We all decide on which country in Europe or Asia or whatever. We just all go together. Language barrier will suck, but we'll carry each other. We just got to decide which country it is. My vote is still personally for Malta. So
let's be real men and just throw a dart at a map of Europe, and then we have to move there.
Shit. Dude, we throw a dart at the world. We're like, anywhere's better than the U.S. Get North Korea. All right, here we go.
All right.
Well, let's see how this is gonna work.
Don't have to worry about elections.
Wasn't there that one guy who fucking was? Who was? It was like an American soldier or something who like ran across the border to North Korea, and everyone was like, "The fuck are you doing, you idiot?"
Was there like 2 that same week or something? Because I feel like there was other news about North Korea that same. Might have been just that one. I don't know.
Oh no, there are people who are stupid. I don't remember his name. There was that one YouTuber that kept going to like Iraq, I think, or Afghanistan, someplace.
Probably Afghanistan. Because
he kept going,
Iraq
and then
the idea, but like, I think Afghanistan is more recently the shitty idea.
I think, I forget what it was, but he kept going there, thinking that they would like him there because he was a guy. I don't know.
Because he was a guy.
Because he was like an American that was going there being like, it's not that bad. And like, they kept telling him not to come, or they kept like giving him shit when he showed up for like propaganda. I don't know. It was weird.
And you got the Johnny Somalis of the world.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, I'm a lot like Johnny Somali. That guy's getting locked up. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
Why?
Because he goes
a streamer
who goes to different countries and basically just like harasses people.
Oh, fuck those people.
His entire stream was literally just like harassing people on the streets.
Oh my god.
And then his chat like donates, and then those donates translates to him committing like crimes.
What the fuck?
And he's but it's South Korea, right?
Dude, you're an idiot because first of all, doing that shit in the US is stupid. These other countries are gonna tolerate your ass even less, and you're gonna get thrown your ass in jail. So
that's what's happening to him now.
What country? South Korea?
South Korea.
Pretty sure,
and he's getting hit with literally everything.
Cool, keep him.
Yeah, he's gonna be in prison a long time.
Dumbass.
Yeah, especially when you get out of Twitch and you start getting into like, even Kick wasn't fucking with him for a while towards the end, right, Dustin?
I think so, yeah. I think Kick eventually got pretty tired of him too, because I think he mainly streamed on Kick.
And if Kick gets sick of you, then you know you have a fucking problem.
He let pedophiles on there.
They do.
God.
Oh, hey, Rob.
Hey, Matt.
How's your room? A little cooler lately?
No, still fucking hot.
Really?
But my computer's been running a lot better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can leave it at that.
No.
No, we can't.
No. We can't. We can't just leave it sitting there like you did your computer for 3 years. Oh my.
Dust.
Rob, what did
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Like, it's just
Sure.
a sanity check.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you knew you had to clean a computer?
You know what's a weird thing is I've never had a computer really, so I've really only had to think about it recently when I saw your computer.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is my first computer. My parents took care of the other one.
What's
Yeah,
Not to clean a laptop.
Yeah, you know, well, you have to wipe it down a little bit. You don't have to
Well,
like
yeah,
go
I'll
deep
wipe
into
it
the cleaning you have to
down.
do there. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like taking the thing apart and like getting the dust out or whatever.
Yeah.
I
But I don't know. Something would have. I feel like something would have popped up in my head in a span of 3 years. At some point, I would have been like, "Huh." I don't think computers just kind of last that long.
What's important now is that Rob knows.
I don't take dust out of my car.
You don't have fans blowing dust into your car.
You do
Anyway.
oil changes
Yeah, it's like an oil change.
and changing your air filter.
Dustin, I have bad news for you.
Oil
Oh,
changes
no.
are done to your car,
Oh, I know that.
With
I'm
your
probably
knowledge.
well overdue for one.
brother.
Basically,
Hey, my plan's to do it this upcoming weekend and get my car inspected at the same time.
You gonna get new
course.
windshield wipers too?
Oh, true. I got to do that still.
Oh.
I've needed new windshield wipers, I think, since like December.
Basically, you need to upkeep the things that you own.
Yes.
You're right.
And I
do a good job
understand.
of that.
I understand not the you're not unless you're just directly told, "Hey, your PC is something you need to clean." I understand not knowing. That doesn't change the absurdity of what it looks like when you haven't cleaned a computer in 3 years. Which we had to deal with.
That was crazy when I saw when you
And
posted that
luckily,
picture.
but now, Rob, you now understand why you need to clean your computer,
Yes.
which is good.
You know what?
So was that literally just the only problem you've been having was just caused by how dirty it was?
No, there's a lot of other problems.
There were a
Oh,
couple
okay.
other problems. So the main problems was the dust. One of my pieces of RAM was broken. And shit, there was a third thing.
Your CPU cooler.
Yeah, like the CPU cooler basically was just non-existent.
So
Okay.
I'll be Georgia. Bruh. Hello, Tiffany. Anyway, that's just me getting into character. I'll be Georgia. I'll explain. Swipe right.
Swipe
No, he doesn't have that many.
I'm out of likes.
I'm out of likes. Let's go to Bumble. So the first. Yeah, so you have the RAM, which was just faulty RAM, and when basically his computer had been booting with this faulty RAM, and I guess it kind of managed. But once you kind of take things apart and you take the RAM out, you put it back in, or you just take things apart, basically the computer like refigures out what order to turn things on in, so that the environment, basically if the environment changes, there's a chance that something that was broken but still allowed you to boot could turn into not allowing you to boot, which was the problem that occurred after we had fixed the first two problems, which was one, cleaning everything because it was caked in dust. And it was awful.
It was bad.
It was disgusting. Rob, I highly recommend you invest in some cans of compressed air and just shoot in on your PC, open your PC once in a while, every couple months. Because it honestly, if you do, it's genuinely a thing where if you do it every couple months, you're not going to have to do the thing where we did, where you take all your fans apart and get all the dust out of them.
Area.
It's literally a thing that if you like maintain it, it takes a couple. You shoot the air in it, and it cleans it up. So,
any luck, I'll remember.
Yeah, and we'll tell you. Also, just like keeping dust. If you have a lot of dust in your room in general, it'll get sucked up by your PC. So just like keeping your things undust, keeping dust out of your room in general.
You want me to keep dusting out of my room?
Yeah, keep dusting out of your fucking room. I'm sick of you two.
Put them in your mom's room.
God, boys.
Damn.
Also, Rob, if you want to take some compressed air to some of your power strips, I've been concerned about you.
Dude, did you see how many power strips are in my room?
You have a lot of power strips, and they all have a lot of dust on them. And I've not wanted to tell you because I'm worried you'll get upset if I tell you. But I've been genuinely worried about your house for the past couple weeks, and I don't want my friend to die in a fire.
Here's the thing, Matt. If it was gonna happen, it would have happened by now.
I know, but it could happen tonight.
Yeah,
Rob.
but that's always the case until it happens.
It could happen tonight, Rob, but I don't want my friend to die in a fire. So,
dude, Matt, I don't think you understood. I lamented when I said I want to go out in a blaze of glory.
So
No,
we're all playing Minecraft.
Let me explain to the people who don't understand. I'm gonna do a quick count. You ready? Justin.
Mm-hmm.
How many things do you think are plugged in my room?
Just things?
Yep.
Yeah, like plugged into power.
You get some sort of light source. You have at least one console. I'll throw in another We need all your consoles to be plugged in at once.
Oh, I do though.
It's
you do? Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, in that case,
Justin, do you know the XQC clip where he's like reacting to a bedroom? He's like 6 consoles.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I do.
Alright.
Okay.
No.
You tell me, because I don't want to try to guessing how many consoles you have.
Alright, so just in my one corner of the room here, where I have my electronic stuff, I counted really quickly about 16 things plugged in.
16? I was gonna say 7 on the high end or something.
Well, alright, hang on. Can you alright, hear me out. You ready?
Yeah,
a fire inspector
Right.
would tell you to stop, by the way, I just want to say. I'm pretty sure.
Alright. So let's see here. Let's see if I can tally up what I have plugged in. Alright, TV. Xbox 360, Wii, Xbox One, N64, PS2, Wii U. Temporarily, I plugged in a DVD/VHS player. That's gonna get unplugged shortly. HDMI converter. Capture card gets plugged in. My PC. I think both monitors?
Yeah, both monitors would have power.
Nintendo Switch. I feel like there's definitely other things, but I'm not sure what else.
And
I would simply unplug some of those.
Having a shit ton of consoles all just like ready to go at all times is fucking cool. I think that seems cool to me.
Yeah,
it's like, I want to play it.
And technically, it's not even all of my consoles. It's basically all but one.
You hear that, Dawson? It could be worse.
Yeah, there was a time where I had the NES plugged in too.
But as someone who like gets worried about leaving certain things plugged in when I leave the house, there's a lot of shit plugged in, and if Rob, I will come to your house and I will do it for you.
Do what?
If you don't want to do it, just like take a compressed air and clean up some
I
dust.
I can get compressed air and clean it. That's fine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if you don't want to do it, I will also do it
good, Matt.
because it's really just my anxiety, and I'm like, bro, I don't want Rob to die in a fire.
Oh well, I appreciate hearing
And
that.
I know there are so many people that also do the same thing, but I don't care about those people. They can die in a
those
fire.
people.
I don't care.
They're not Rob the Gamer 115.
Yeah, I don't want Rob the Gamer 115 to die in a fire.
Dude, if Rob dies, you're gonna have to convince either Fanning or Georgia to do the podcast each time.
Dude, I could get
luck
Zach
with
so
that.
easily. Anyway,
true. Actually, Zach would be the easier option.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, we cleaned out his computer. There was a lot of dust.
Several dead bugs.
Oh, yeah, there was a bug living in there. We're not sure if he lived there before, but Rob bought the computer because he said that he got it off of a high shelf. So there's definitely a chance that it lived in there in whatever warehouse or whatever Best Buy you bought it from. There was also the incident of when we were talking about the computer, I asked Rob, does your computer say I buy power on it? And he said no. And then when we got there, it definitely said I buy power on it, which is a notorious company for being like, here's pre-built, sold in Best Buy. By the way, they also kind of suck. Which answered a lot of questions for me personally. But I think one of the biggest issues you had was your CPU cooler, which you did have a CPU cooler, but in between your CPU and the cooler is supposed to be this, this substance. Wait. 1 sec. There's a sound.
This substance called Jacum.
I'm going to Jacum. No, there's a sound in my game that glitched out and was playing nonstop. It was driving me crazy. Anyway, it's fucking thermal. It's called thermal paste.
Yeah.
And it takes the heat from your CPU and like disperses it, and that you put it in between your CPU and your CPU cooler, and it keeps it cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's just like you get it in like a little tube and you dispense it on. Typically, when you buy a CPU, like I have some, and that's because it came with my CPU. Like you need it 100%. Anyway, we took the CPU cooler off of Rob's computer, and there was no thermal paste. Very huge red flag. Like you see it and it's like opening I don't know, like your car and not seeing like an engine and being like, oh, that's the problem. I see why your car isn't going. There's no engine. Like it's an essential piece. And that explains why your CPU temperatures were so high. Like they were insanely high, like resting at 90. Which is insane. So I don't know if like, and honestly, there's a lot of ways to fuck up thermal paste. Like you can use too much, which is just kind of messy. You can use not enough, which means it's not really going to do its job. I don't know, like if the when they built your computer, if they just didn't do it at all, or they just didn't use a lot, or whatever, they used so little that it just burned up. But yeah, there was barely any when you took it off, which is insane, which I think is more of and that's not anything that Rob did. Like that's just the computer being stupid.
Yeah, that's the company.
But, yeah, that's why I jokingly said, does it say I buy power? Because in terms of things to like cheap out on, if you're building a PC terribly, Like that's one. That's like a huge one. So that's kind of why I was like, oh, that's pretty much why I banked it on that regard. So I'm like, oh, they just built it terribly. And then your RAM, like I said, that was something that was always a problem because you said you were getting crashes that were related to memory as well.
Yeah.
So that was like the RAM showing its problems in that way, but then when you kind of like changed the environment and you like took the, I say you or me, when George took the computer apart, it kind of changed things, so then the RAM just wouldn't boot at all. So that's why he took it out. It started working a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
thankfully, computers run quite well since then.
Yeah, and I think all you got to really do is
I still got to replace the RAM.
Replace that RAM.
Yeah. Because I have had minor memory issues since then.
Yeah, but that's that's just because you're running with half.
I know what the issue is. Like, I don't know. Did George tell you the exact conversation I had with him the other day?
No.
So I messaged George. This was 2 days ago. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, so I want to double check. Is this what I should be getting from my computer? And I sent a link on Amazon. And George responded, that'll work. Really cheap, so quality would be questionable, but it's only $20. I literally said, look, I want something good. Would you get this for your own computer? And he said yes. So,
pretty good standard to have.
Right, that's why I was like, dude, I don't care if it's cheap or expensive or what. Would you get this? Because if the answer is no, then send me what I should be getting. Like, I'm not fucking around this time.
If he wouldn't get it, you don't. Yeah, if he doesn't.
If Georgia is putting in all this time and effort to help me, then I'm gonna fucking not do a half-baked job.
Yeah.
So
and that's like a thing like you want to be really clear about, because I would also be like, well, I don't know what your budget is. I don't want to like be like, oh, you should get, because the alternative is him being like, here, get this RAM, and it's like, that's $300. I don't want to do that. You don't want to make it seem like you have to get that, because you can get budget parts and they will work well. But it's just kind of about finding what how much you actually want to put into it. And it's not like a lot of RAM. Like I have 64 or do I have 32? I forget.
Say again, sorry.
I forgot how much RAM I have, because you have 6. Currently you have 8.
I'm supposed to have 16.
You're supposed to have 16. I think I have either 32 or 64. But that's because I run shit that just eats RAM like crazy. Like when I was building when I was figuring out the parts that George were going to use to build my computer.
Like
I was like, well, I need to be able to run fucking Premiere. I want to be able to run Premiere, After Effects, and Photoshop all at the same time. So I have different priorities.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't necessarily need to have 64 gigabytes of RAM, but for me, it would be very nice. So that's kind of the difference there. But no, the computer's good, man.
Hopefully.
And
we also did keep. Here's the other thing, Dustin, and the way Georgia explained this, he explained it so well, and I realized how fucking stupid this was. Okay. All right, so there's 3 fans in the front and 1 fan in like the back. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
And the way the computer was originally designed, let me know if I get this backwards, man, because I might.
Yeah.
But the way it was originally designed was the 3 fans blow the air in, and the 1 fan blows it out. I think that's how it was originally designed. Here's
Mhm.
the issue, though. Right in front of all 3 of these fans, is a giant glass wall.
Okay.
With a tiny 1-inch hole that would actually let air go through.
Sure.
Yes.
So, George A reversed the fans so that it was 1 going in, 3 going out now, or whatever. But more importantly, we've just kept the front plate of the computer off.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
fucking
so-
thing, dude. I don't know what the. Oh my god, that was so stupid. The thing is, I looked at the front of his computer. I saw the 3 circles, but I also and Georgia was like, "Those are the fans," and I'm like,
No, George is
I'm
like,
like-
those are the fans. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they're just lights.
Well, here's the thing. I'm like, I looked at them and I literally was like, I don't think these are the fans because why is there this like this massive thing in front of it? Why would they? They're literally being blocked currently. I don't think these are the fans.
Wow.
And then we took it off, and I was like, oh no, those are the fans. The company just put a giant thing in front of them to prevent them from being fans. And I was like, that's fucking wild for aesthetics. For
Yeah,
shitty aesthetics, by the way. But aesthetics, nonetheless.
That's why.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, so luckily they didn't put that back on. They just got rid of it.
Well, I remember Georgia was like, we can put the glass plate back on. I was like, well, the way you explained it, it sounds stupid. Do I even need it on? He was like, no. I was like, I don't give a fuck what the computer looks like. I want it to work. Let the damn thing breathe.
Yeah, it literally was like, you know what it was doing? It was doing what like people were saying that masks were doing to them during COVID.
Yeah, this was actually it.
Yeah, like they were like, I can't breathe with this mask on. They're trying to keep us from breathing. Like, if they were right, that's what it was doing to his computer. It's like trying to. It's like there's just this tiny little hole, and that's all the air can go through. Like, that is so ridiculous.
Speaking of the masks, something interesting I saw at Dunks today. You know, not a problem at all. No, not problematic behavior, just something I thought was interesting. So, someone came in, they had ordered the they had like used the Dunks app, so they just had to walk in, pick up food, and leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they came in, they were wearing a mask. Like I said, not an issue. Sure. They took the slip of paper on their bag to like check the name on it, threw it out, and immediately used hand sanitizer on their hands.
They might just be germophobic, right?
That's what I'm guessing.
They might just have a.
I mean, you
fear of
had to.
germs.
Well, like,
Yeah.
I was just like, that's interesting.
I guess, yeah.
But then they, they got their stuff and then they left. I was like, okay,
Oh, can I just,
interesting choice.
and
Okay.
I was at the liquor store the other day.
Dude, nice.
Hell yeah.
Can't believe they bought the fake ID.
Crazy. I am way past 21, but I still have fake ID. Anyway, I saw this couple. I kid you not. The guy, taller than me, so at least 6 feet.
Holy shit, he must be
Probably.
7 foot tall.
Honestly, probably maybe close. Like,
Okay. Like really tall. Okay.
like really tall.
Okay, sure.
The girl, there is a chance that she was not over 5 feet tall.
Oh my god.
There is a
Okay.
solid
Wow.
chance that there is a 2 to 3 foot difference between the two of them. Maybe nearing 3 feet difference between the two of them.
All right.
And I looked. I'm like, they both like they both like, you know, they're both adults. Obviously, they're both in the liquor store. They, I don't know. I like facials, like their faces, like they're very clearly both adults. There's just a massive like height difference between the two of them. And I walk out behind them. They get into like something like slightly bigger than maybe a smart car. To the point to where like the woman looked like like normal. I don't want to say normal, but like, but the guy was like so awkwardly sat in there.
Oh god.
And I could only describe this kind of smart car as being like bear themed because it was like brown and like everything inside the car looked furry, like
Well,
fuzzy,
okay.
like not furry, like fuzzy, like
You found some
like the
characters, Matt.
like there was some wheel, like the, because I saw this card as I was going in. Like the wheel had like a furry, like a fuzzy cover on it, and had like ears, and like the seats had like stuff over them that looked like it was like fuzzy. It had a license plate that had some language I didn't recognize. So the car was clearly from like imported. Like they have like another country's license plate in their car.
Interesting.
Right.
And I'm like, this is the weirdest pair of people. Dude,
The
white as
only-
hell. By the way.
The only language I would think it would be French. If they
No,
did
it was
that.
like not even like Arabic characters. I think Arabic, right?
Oh.
That's the right word. That's the right word. I think.
Well, Arabic's the
describe-
language. I don't fucking.
Well, like A B C D 1 2 3.
Oh, that's not Arabic.
the
Arabic's the
word?
numbers.
What's
You're looking for the
numbers?
Latin alphabet.
What's the letter? Latin. Sorry, I knew it was something like that.
Arabic's numbers? We have the
not
Arabic.
Okay, so you're looking at like totally different characters. You're saying.
Yeah, totally different characters.
Okay.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the? I was like, what the fuck is going on? These people get more and more interesting the more and more I watch them. I wish I could have seen them more. They did pull into the McDonald's right next door.
Oh.
And that's
Should've
not
followed them.
that's not as interesting. But I was like, this is the most interesting couple I've ever seen. They
Damn.
seemed really nice. They seemed really nice. I'm like, you guys are just so interesting. Nothing about you is like boring. You guys, the two of you seem so interesting. I want to know what you guys are like. That's all I saw of them though. It was just really, I was like, oh god. I thought I was just gonna go pick up alcohol, but
Instead, you got a story out of it.
I wish I knew more.
Damn, that's a shame. Oh boy. Anything else going on in life?
Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
Dude, I'm almost at the end of year 2.
Love that movie.
Year what? Year what?
Year 2 of teaching.
Oh, congratulations!
Nice.
Yeah, only 30 something more to go. Oh boy.
I can't wait to. Do you think you're gonna reach double-digit Chromebooks destroyed by the end of the year?
No.
Wait till I get a hold of them.
Damn. Is that a threat or a promise?
Oh, a threat. I mean it threateningly.